But that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Now it's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on deep? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now Burrow on first down. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And Burrow going to throw again. This will be caught once again by Brown. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. Fielded just inside the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Darnell Washington, 60 yards. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. This is Brown going up the middle. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
But it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there? Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. To the air again, Burrow. Got a man, it's Brown. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. Here's Burrow completing this to Chase. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now it's Burrow. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Burrow looking to pass. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is it's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. One play, 75 yards. And the Steelers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That went down the field for Freiermuth. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense. But this one, a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. From the shotgun, Wilson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right? Now Burrow loses the football. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They defer to Brown to start the drive. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now a 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Burrow will throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And a rout is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
3rd down, here's Brown. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along well? Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Ryan Rico now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Austin. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's down the field for Jefferson, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Toward the back corner. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flagged for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now.
The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's Brown on second down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him. That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams.
And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent, and they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
The Bengals getting set to go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Raw had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Austin. A good return there, call it 13 yards.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's Wilson to throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson out to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Now it's Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They will throw on first down with Burrow.
Open man is Yoshivas.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Second down and 4. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Fielded at the 20.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sam Hubbard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth.
Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.